Hey everybody, this is Natako again, with another one of Slave's entries, her first entry, which doesn't really have a title. I tried to run this once before and encountered some issues with the RTP, but since I believe I have resolved those issues, I did a test run and encountered one invisible enemy, but the game seems to run okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go forward with the Let's Play of this. In the beginning of all things, the omnipotent goddess creator Natako was bored and sought amusement for her ails, and doth she proclaimed across all known realities to the lesser deities, "Create a world for me, a game of sorts to entertain my whims and fancies. Do this and I shall shower you with my love and affection," also known as a free game. Oh, but you mustn't toy too much with the fabric of reality. Let there be nothing fancy upon your creations. A test to see if your cleverness is worthy of my love. I grant thee 90 heartbeats of the universe to complete your task, my darlings. And thus the lesser deities scattered to their own corners of existence to toy and tinker with the mortal coils for the goddess's amusement, each going about the creation of their perfect world. Slafe was a giddy little thrall, eager to earn the attention of her mistress, and waved her hand without delay, and thus Defaultia was born. And it was good. So Slafe continued molding and shaping a world to her liking. She created the Island of Heart and the Temple of Love, and it was better than good. Slafe smiled to herself, as 90 heartbeats was more than ample time. But then, Slafe ceased her merriment and fell into a complacent slumber, and it was bad, real bad. But with 17 heartbeats remaining, the love for her goddess creator set her free of the dreadful curse she succumbed to from one of the other deities jealous of Slafe's devotion to her goddess, and thus the great work resumed. And this is where you come in. You are a fresh new soul, a champion of Slafe. Go forward and make proud your creator and appease your goddess with your pain and suffering. But the fates are not cruel. You shall not be a puppet, powerless entirely. You may choose your own body and choose your own adventure. So basically what this all said is, this is an entry in my Summer Game Blast. I can't talk. Summer Game Blast competition, where the objective was for the participants to create a game in one of the RPG makers. And they had until the end of summer to do it, until I extended the deadline by another month. So, yeah, this is Slave's entry. As you can see, Slave likes the, likes a certain kind of thing. Okay, and last time I had tried to play this path and the game wound up crashing, so hopefully now we won't encounter any issues. A war has broken out between the magical races. Enter Shagbush Forest and put an end to it. High fantasy package. The old races lived in harmony once. Deep within Shagbush Forest, they would hump and screw and fuck happily, and the nymphomania would run wild, until one day when the Dark Elves grew bored and restless and sought new and different ways to entertain themselves. War, and so they went about spreading strife and discord among the other races, and blah blah blah. Basically the same old story. So basically we're going to be fighting a lot of elves in the forest. Do we want a speed bonus, a magic bonus, or a combat bonus? I think last time I went with a speed bonus. I think I'm still going to go with that because it'll make things a little quicker. Multi-shot bows and ranger boots. I think that's the best way to go. You'll understand why when you actually see how the fights work in this. Yeah, that's why. You've got one character who basically kills everything in one hit, and then your other character can shoot multiple times, so it's pretty nice. I don't like the fact that the female elf is named Renoa, though. I have a particular hatred for Renoa from Final Fantasy VIII. For various reasons, which I shan't go into in this Let's Play, because there's really no point. And really, there's no point in, there's no point in buying stuff. I had absolutely no issues with this path last time, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually fight this sadistic, masochistic fairy. I feel like this time my characters are doing more damage. Yeah, she celebrates when you beat her up. Swift strike. And the other one is a town, I believe, in North Carolina, Raleigh. So we have a town in North Carolina, and we have the heroine of Final Fantasy VIII. And we're gonna be fighting a lot of random battles in this game, just so you're aware. So, I don't really need a heal. We're repelling the Dark Elf invaders, even though most of what we're fighting right now is like toads and scorpion or slimes and trees and centaurs. And by now you should be starting to understand why I decided to go with the speed boost and not the combat boost. Because the RPG Maker 2003 default combat system is really, really slow. I honestly don't know what they were thinking when they decided to do it this way. The gist of it is that if your speed is about the same as your opponent's, then the gauge fills at like a 1-to-1 rate, and it's extremely slow. If you have much more agility than your opponent, your gauge will fill faster, but it's still really slow, and then your opponent doesn't attack as much, so it's a really hard thing to balance, and it's really just idiotically done. And in the past, when I would create games in RPG Maker 2003, I would always try to implement a different battle system, like one that I'd code with events, because I just couldn't stand this default battle system. It was way too slow for me. And that's kind of carried over that habit to the newer RPG makers, just because I'm not too much a fan of the default battle systems in general. I think they're a little bit bland, and it's a lot more fun to kind of experiment with different play styles. Sadly, my own entry for the Summer Game Blast doesn't have any combat right now. I won't say much about it, at least in this video, but one of my intentions and one of the alternate routes that you could take was to have kind of like a dungeon crawling experience. And of course that was one of the things that got cut from the beta release, because I just didn't have the time or the resources to do it. So, in the final release further down the line I will. But anyway, this is Slave's game, so I'll stop talking about my own. I'm sorry, Slave, if you're watching this. Sure, she won't really mind that much, though. So as you can see, the speed enhanced elves are really quite overpowered, because you just continue pressing the fight button. You really just don't even have to use your magic or anything. Right now, at least. Later when we get to the bosses, we probably will. And while I have seen this path to the end, I haven't seen any of the other paths yet, so even though it seems right now like I just, you know everything that's going on, most of this game will be a blind Let's Play. So I'm sorry that this experience that you're having right now isn't entirely authentic, but hopefully the next few paths that I do should be. If you're liking what you see with these entries too, I'm kind of thinking of doing this as a yearly thing, but I might not, because it was absolute stressful madness for like the past couple months on this. I think just universally everyone decided to wait until the last minute because we're all lazy hoes, and no one got their game done. Most of these games are completely unfinished. So yeah, what wound up happening was we waited until the last couple weeks and then just scrambled to get as much done as we can and play test. And personally, like, I was play testing in like the last hour or two before the contest deadline, and I think if I do it again this year, I might have incentives for completing your game, or completing certain sections of your game earlier or whatever, but I'm not sure how that would work. You know what? Probably not. I might just leave you to be responsible for your own game, and if it's incomplete, then that's just what it is. I'm definitely not discouraging incomplete entries, because like I think the majority of games that were submitted to this competition were incomplete, including my own. And you know, if your game's enjoyable, then it's enjoyable. It doesn't matter if it's complete or not. So I encourage anyone watching this to participate next year at the Angel Spire boards, because we love to have as many entries as possible. You shall not pass. Gandalf, is that a skin condition that you got? Not to be rude or anything. Alright, now we're getting into the bosses. As you can see, these guys have a little bit more HP. I like how Raleigh's arrows, well actually both of their arrows are shooting him in the crotch. Alright. And now for our fight with the invisible dragon, you'll see what I mean. After this tree dies, I really hate these healing enemies. J10 had a few in the first dungeon of his game, and I was like ready to throw my laptop out the window. That isn't something you're going to want to do! My dog just, like, spazzed out. Yeah, she's pretty old and she can't hear that well, so when I... Oh, hello, that hurt a little bit. There we go. Whoa, wasn't that supposed to restore a lot more than that? Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Now I feel a little bit better. I thought that said to all allies. Alright, so we're gonna kill this invisible dragon as soon as possible. I do not remember him doing that last time. That's pretty risky. It's kind of funny to fight something that's invisible. Come on. Should be almost dead. Well, he should be almost dead. Slave, did you stealthily infiltrate my computer and like bump the HP of your mobs up, because I don't remember that the dragon taking that long to kill before. No matter. By the way, I'm preserving my magic for the last fight because I don't feel like running back to that fairy to heal, so that's why I'm not just spamming spells. Alright, he won't fight me. So we're gonna fight this douchebag over here. So you made it this far, eh? But you won't go any further. It's time for a climactic, decisive battle to end this once and for all. Seize them! As you can see, these are like fast enemies, and it takes forever for the... Oh, that sucks. It takes forever for the bar to go up. I think we'll go ahead and... Oh, I can't do anything else. You're just gonna attack then. Alrighty then. That was easy. Well, this is embarrassing, losing to a bunch of tree-hugging pansy ass. Congratulations, you have saved the forest! Game over! Apparently saving the forest isn't a good thing to do. Well, now let's go back and see what else Slave's game has in store for us. We already saw all this cutscene, so we're just gonna tap fast this as quickly as possible. Fortunately, Slave isn't nearly as sadistic as I am, and she didn't put any game over choices in here or anything. So, there's no repercussion to just tapping through this text. When I was playtesting my game, what wound up happening was there was like one choice, like about, I'd say, 2 or 3 minutes into the game. So by that time I was just tapping through dialogue boxes and I'd accidentally select the wrong choice and have to sit through it all again. It was really annoying. Anyway, trouble on the high seas, aquatic beasts loose, set sail for dangerous waters and slay them. I haven't seen this path yet, so this should be interesting. Hopefully we won't encounter any great game-breaking bugs or lack of RTP resources like last time. Anyway, so the seas have been restless, reports are constantly coming in of ships being attacked, and it's only getting worse by the day. It's up to you, set sail and quell the seas by slaying as many of those foul abominations as you can, but be warned, rumor has it there is a kraken on the loose that is the true cause of these ails. Find it and kill it, good luck. All local towns will offer you shelter and sanctuary should you need rest, and don't forget to keep an eye out for the kraken. It moves from town to town, so check towns twice sometimes. Go forth for the everlasting glory of myself. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing this all for myself. That's the most narcissistic thing. Oh, hello. You do absolutely, like, no damage. Well, these enemies apparently kick a little more ass than the ones in the elf story. Or we're just not as powerful. Let's try to do something else. Let's, no, let's just do the default. Kind of limited on magic choices. Kill trophy? Okay. Okay, so he has earth damage, and she has a healing spell, and a multi-enemy spell, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm sure the locals would have no problem with that. Alright. He makes you an offer for a rare artifact if you turn over your map and compass. Do I have a map and compass? That's news to me. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty nice. Who should we give that to? I think she's a little more hurting for it right now, so we'll give it to her. Okay. I have no idea where I'm going. She's doing a lot more damage now, jeez. I think her, maybe her attack is magic based. It pierces all and guides you to your truth, so yeah, it's probably magic based. Alright, so I have 175 gold. That's great. Can I go into it? Aw. It's telling me to keep my distance, but I want to see if I can... Alright, well what if the Kraken is in there? Are they gonna tell me anything? Alright, this seems weird. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to have something that'll help me find the Kraken, and I don't know. Well, I guess we're just gonna continue floating around the ocean. And Brock is pretty useless right now. Okay. Yeah, look how slow he is now. This is what I'm talking about with like the battle system in this game sucking serious ass. Let's shock the shark. One time I was trying to recreate like a battle system that was kind of reminiscent of Xenosaga 1, which I'm not sure why, because that battle system was kind of bleh. But the objective was that you had like a certain number of action bars that you could use, and you could press a certain direction and it would activate a certain ability, and you were supposed to like choose your abilities with like a certain number of skill points, and it was very complex, and I was probably in way over my head. We're gonna try to do Rockfall and see what that does. Not much damage. So I think what's gonna wind up happening is she's gonna be our, Oh no, now he has more powerful stuff. I'm rambling, by the way. Alright. Let's visit the weaponsmith. I only have 445 gold. So am I supposed to just go around and grind money? Is that how this works? Stormfront. And those fish apparently did nothing to me. I guess that's this game's equivalent of like Splash or something. Let's see. Oh, that was weak. At least it's easy to heal yourself in this game. Seems like regardless of what path you choose. I'll reward you for any kill trophies you turn in. Oh, that's pretty nice. So we'll... Oh, there we go. Well. I'm gonna hold off and get more coins so I can get the treasures that some of these towns have. Okay. I got a weak sauce party here. I think we're back to where we were before. Yeah, the monastery. Wonder if we can find Paige there. See, the one thing about this is, like, it seems like it's a lot better to, have to fight like a multiple enemy party, even if the enemies are weaker, because you still get the same amount of kill trophies. So maybe like it'd be better to have like multiple kill trophies for the stronger enemies. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, wonderful. Go get him, Brock. You're all alone. Well, that's kind of annoying. Alright, well, we're gonna come back to that path in a little bit because that was a little bit unfortunate. For the time being, I'm gonna go to the next path. And then, I might try to do the other path again off camera, but I don't know. Maybe for now, I'll just try to do the last path and possibly come back later. I still have to finish up J10's entry and, redo somebody else's entry because I made a little error with the, with her name. Dragon slaying package. Alright. Yeah, as you can see, most of these games are not entirely complete. Hopefully Slave will finish this at some point in the future. Because at least, like, she is incorporating different play modes with this. Still using, like, the basic RPG, you know, random encounter, you know, engine, but it's just, you know, like the Pirate Adventure is more about getting money, the Elf Adventure is just pretty much spam, fight as much as you can. So, Slave needs your help in completing Defaultia. Man up some girl power and turn tricks for cash, I guess. As the world of Defaultia is empty, barren, and hollow, much of the great work remains unfinished. As Slave's favorite children, it is up to you to aid your maker and help complete her dreams. You have no powers of great importance, but you have stubby little legs and stubby little arms, and you can walk and carry things just fine. Here are some supply crates. You can start by visiting the nearby towns and delivering them to aid in the growth of those towns. And while you're there, be sure to check out the local quest boards. Take this rune as well. It'll bring you back here swifter and lighter than air, and fear not, for your airship will also follow you back here. Now skedaddle, little ones. There is much work to be done. Don't dilly-dally about. For the everlasting glory of Slave, go forth. Enable PMS mode? No. Your creator loves you and bestows upon you a blinding hormonal fury rage state with which to pumple your enemies with and slaughter them without mercy. I don't know if I like that mode. Alright, multi-purpose construction and provisions kit. Yeah, I know I should save more often. Maybe I should do that right now. I have a bad habit of just not saving. Love and tolerate the shit out of them. Soaked with 1,000 holy reminders of rage. Alright, well, do we have any skills now? Charm Yodel, attempts to confuse all enemies, Chromatic Shower. Ham Fist. Alright, this is basically... Alright, let's get this started. So what am I supposed to be doing again? Exactly? Building things. There's no music at all. I don't know if this is because of RTP issues again, or if it's intentionally without music. Or maybe this is just an incomplete section of Slaves game, which is why it said under construction. Well, I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do, seeing as I can't use the supply kit. So, we're gonna keep flying around and see if we can find anything. There don't appear to be any random battles, or else I'm sure I would have encountered them by now. Yeah, I think that this isn't under construction, or this isn't completed to a point where it's playable. So, oh, here's the temple. Enter temple, perform duties, healer chat. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to play a different game mode because I can't figure out anything to do with that one. Stuff. Generosity matrix. Take a penny, leave a penny. Give. Well, she gave me 2 gold, so what happens now if I give 2 gold back? Oh, so you can share money. That's pretty cool. So maybe the objective is to earn gold in the elf story and then share it to the pirate story. So that you can actually buy stuff in that mode and you don't have to fight a million random battles. That's probably what this is all about. That's a pretty good idea. Metathurgy reconstructor. I can talk. Doesn't seem to do anything. Alright, so we're rescuing a princess. This seems to be a theme in Slaves games this year, because her other game had us rescuing a princess. The warrior, the mage, the rogue, and the healer, brought together by circumstances and chance, this unlikely bunch must now unite to work together and play their roles to overcome the trials ahead. Go now, save the princess, get the loot, earn the fame, and slay the necromancer. My dog's looking at me. Alright, fame and fortune awake, but first... what should my name be? Let's see, it's a guy. Okay, for no apparent reason, his name is going to be Ice Hockey. You know, this entry system thinks I'm inputting Japanese characters or something. There we go. And he is the hero, warrior, brave, or savior. He's the savior. He thinks very highly of himself. She is... Ooh... for no reason. I'm way too easily amused. And she is... Let's see, the mage, the witch, the cunning, the mystery. Let's make her the witch. And this guy will be... no, actually. My hair! Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series, anyone? There we go. And he is the rogue, the thief, the lucky, or the sneaky. We'll make him the lucky. And this chick is... I am a toaster. I don't know if I can fit that. I am a Toa. There we go. I am a toast. See, every time I try to delete something, it deletes like 2 characters. There we go. I am a toaster. The healer, the cleric, the kind, or the wise. We'll have her be the healer, I guess. May your blundering bring joy and mirth to our Greek goddess Natako. Aw, you have chosen an invalid adventure. Slave apologizes profusely for her slacking. Please return to the story selection screen and pick a different adventure mode. Again, sorry. Well, at least you all got to witness my immaculate naming sense. Ice hockey, ooh, my hair, and I am a toaster. Not my wittiest names, but I think for coming up with them on the spot, they're not that bad. No. Okay. Well, I guess we're pretty much done with Slaves game for the time being then. Do I want to go back and try the pirate one again? I think I'm gonna hold off for now. I might release it as a separate video. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you want to vote for Slaves game in this competition, follow the link in the description below. I can't talk, so I'm just gonna cut that part that I said out now. I'm gonna post a link to the contest in the description below. Please check out the other games. Just follow the annotations. They're also available for download at the Angel Spire forums if you'd like to give some of these games a try yourself. Voting starts on October 8th and goes through the 15th, I believe. I posted it on the site, but now I can't remember. I'll correct this in the actual video. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.